What up, people? What up, y'all? Black Web, what's the tea? That's the name of this video. Before I get started, what I wanted to say, I just want to shout out a few more YouTubers that I love to listen to, and hopefully you guys listen to them too. And if you don't, check them out. I love them. Funky Dineva, I love Funky Dineva. I am a big fan of reality shows, and Funky Dineva, nobody does it like Funky Dineva. I love Justin J of King of Reeds. That's my boo. That's my boy. That's my sis. And Adrian Expressions. All right. There's a ton of YouTubers that I love, but I just wanted to shout those three out because I love the LGBT community. All right. I really do. Also, Rob. I love Rob too. Anyway, I wanted to get into this video. And again, even though my first video was about Cardi B and Nicki, I in no way want to for people to think that I am just so hard on Cardi B. I am not. I want to ride with Cardi B. I really do. I don't want to see her fall, but sometimes she just irks my spirit and just the things she does irks my spirit. And the reason why I guess I get so annoyed by it because I know that what she does would never be accepted by a black woman. That brings me to the whole point. Black Where Sis, Cardi B is not black. And yes, I know. Black folks gonna be all up and through. They gonna drag me for that because I have never seen so many black folks twist and turn like a pretzel, just trying to explain why this woman is black. I have never seen the dick riding that happens with black people when it comes to her. Now again, she is a likable person. She is a likable, quote unquote, character. I say character because although she is real, I will say she is pretty consistent about how she acts, whether you want to call it ghetto or ratchet or anything like that. The truth of the matter is, she truly, to me, in my opinion, and I'm sure others have the same, that she is a true caricature of what people think black women are. All right, the neck rolling, the popping, the lips, and all the vulgar language and the talking with the hands and all that other shit. We don't do that. I can honestly say a good majority of black women don't act like that. But for some reason, people seem to think that we do. All right, so I get why all these black folks want to invite Cardi B to the cookout. She's a fun girl. That's no lie. That really isn't a lie. But the truth of the matter is, when it all comes down to it, when it boils down to it, Cardi B is not black. Azalea Banks was right. I know. I don't want to agree with that girl. I really don't. But she was correct. Cardi B ain't black. Sorry, sis. Cardi B ain't black. All right. Now, Cardi B is what I consider a symptom of a disease. That means she truly is a symptom of a bigger picture here. All right. Um, in New York and other communities such as black people and the Latino community have very close proximity. So you could see why those two communities would intertwine. All right. And there would be some cultural appropriation, if you will. All right. That's hard to pull or tease apart when you're in a community like the Bronx or something like that where you have different ethnicities, different communities like that. That's hard. So again, I am not blaming Cardi B for that part of it. What I am saying is that she does get away with a lot of things simply because of her color. And that's true tea. All right. And many like her, many Dominicans don't identify as black. Matter of fact, they reject any kind of black racial identity. They don't want it. They don't want that. All right. And this is not starting with her. This dates back way back to the actual country. All right, the Hispaniola, the Haiti and Dominican Republic. Okay, Haitians have been getting kicked out of the DR for quite some time. And even in the last few years, they've been kicked out, deported back over to the Haiti side. Let's be true. Let's be clear here. Dominicans don't fuck with Haitians like that. They don't want to be called black. And if you ever mess around and call a Dominican black, especially one that doesn't like identify with that, they will cut you the hell out. They will. A recent census actually says that 83% of Dominicans identify as what they call Indio. All right, so they're other. They're considered other. All right. And 4% only identified as black. That should tell you something. All right, that should tell you something. But 73% of Dominicans are actually of mixed race descent. They are. So Cardi B actually may have some black in her, and I do believe she does somewhere down the line. All right, but you have to also remember there were Europeans in the Dominican Republic. All right, they had a dictator a long time ago. A dictator a long time ago. He was very similar to what you might consider to Hitler. We don't hear about him. Trujillo. All right, he actually calls for the extermination of Haitians. He wanted to whiten the Dominican Republic, so he calls for the death of a lot of Haitians and dark-skinned Dominicans. So to the point where there were a lot of moms and parents who would actually put makeup on their daughter's skin or their son's skin to appear to be whiter. Even with their daughters, they would actually ship them out of the country. They would move them away so that they would not be killed. This is true tea. You can look it up. I'm telling you, this is how bad it is. So they have whitewashed. They have pretty much whitewashed that country. Now, again, there are Dominicans walking around that look as dark as you or I. Okay, but if you ask them, they're not black. And don't you dare tell them that they're black. And don't you dare call them black. That's just the way it is. All right. Cardi B has a Dominican parent and she has what they call a Trini parent. And Trini, that's another thing. Trinidadians are descendants of former slaves, but they also consist of East Indians, whites, and Chinese. So her mother, who is supposedly Trini, if you look at her mother, she's very, very light. I doubt if her mother has probably any more than like 1 or 2% of black in her. Okay, and her dad, if you see him, he looks again like one of those European Spaniards. So when I tell you that Cardi B isn't black, she really isn't. She really isn't. She has a smidgen of it in her, and that's cool. That's cool. She can't help that. But if you look over the years and you look at a lot of the things that she said, she identifies as Latino, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to need my black people, my black brothers and sisters, to stop riding so hard. All right? She could be invited to the cookout if that's what you want to do, but let's not pretend that she is black, because again, she gets away with a lot of shit that a black woman would not get away with. And again, Azalea Banks was right on that. Don't hate on Azalea for that. Azalea was right. Don't hate her. She was right. All right. So Cardi B, like Takashi, appropriates black culture. And they do that because, you know, it suits them. It gets them the money. She likes Blackpink. That's okay. I like Blackpink. Okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. But let's not pretend that she is a full black woman. All right. She is palatable to white people. And that is why she is propped up right now. They would never prop up a dark black woman that acted like Cardi B. Can you imagine a black woman getting on a stage pregnant, twerking? Can you? No, you couldn't imagine it because it would never happen because she would be called all kinds of whores. She would be all kinds of bitches and whores and you ghetto slut. Oh my gosh. But Cardi B can do that. Cardi B can be illiterate or you know, not articulate. She can be all of that and she can still get away with it because it's so cute and it's so funny. So we can't pretend that the colorism in this whole thing doesn't exist. But it's not her fault, and I'm not faulting her for that. But we can't pretend that she doesn't benefit from it. All right? She benefits from it. All right? So we just got to admit, Cardi B's not black. You can like her, you can love her, but she's not black. All right? She benefits from black culture. She adopts black culture. She now has a black baby, you can say. So yeah, okay, again, you want to invite her into the community, you want to invite her to the cookout, go right ahead. But at least own it. At least be honest with yourself and stop twisting and turning and twisting yourself into this pretzel saying, she's black, but she's Dominican. Oh, well, again, learn your history about Dominicans before you deride for them like that, okay? Anyway, I'm going to end this video, this audio, I guess you can call it. Go ahead and comment, please let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you again later.